All right, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some colors around the ones that are already there. So I'm gonna get my watercolor brush ready, and you'll notice I'm cleaning it out. I don't want too much water because the paper's already pretty wet, so I'm gonna run this over the bucket twice to get rid of that extra water. I'm gonna load it with some orange paint. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna surround that yellow. I'm gonna let the orange touch, so it's actually overlapping onto the yellow, but then onto the clean paper as well. Get a little more water, a little more paint, and maybe I have some big ones and some small ones. So here, maybe I press down more, so I'm going out further with that orange. And then a little more water. And maybe this one's gonna be a smaller one, so maybe I don't press down quite as much. But because that paper's still wet from when we put the water on it originally, it's still gonna keep spreading out as the watercolor goes into the paper. So I'm gonna do this one. Now, we've used a cool color in the middle, that green, and then I use yellow, which is a warm color, and I've gone around the yellow with orange, which is another warm color. And now what I have to do is I need to go around with red, another warm color. And that would actually show the color of the poppy that you guys are probably thinking you saw. Like, why didn't I start with red? If you look really closely, even though red is the main color, there's lots of other colors in there. So I'm gonna try to make sure, I'm gonna sort of dance my brush around a little bit to create the effect of flower petals here. And again, I want some different size ones. This one, maybe it's big enough that it kind of overlaps and covers up part of that other one behind it. And then my last two, surround this one, sort of moving that brush back and forth as I pull it around. And I really want that red to overlap onto the orange and the white part of the paper, so you'll notice I'm pressing it down quite a bit as I move it. So then I'll do this one. This looks like that red could go a little further. All right, so now we're looking at this and we're thinking, yeah, that looks a lot more like the poppies. So I have the actual colors there now. So what I'm gonna do is I could also put some stems on. So I think I'm gonna use green for that. And I need to think about things being near and far. This one, maybe the stem comes out from behind it and goes this way. This one, maybe it goes this way, near the other one. Maybe this one's pointing down this way. And then I got this one. And then maybe I have some leaves coming off of them. So I'm using short, quick, what are called, not just what I call them, but what are called hatch marks to create the effect of that. Maybe these are sticking up out of some grass, so maybe I have some lines showing that as well. But then this one back here, this one is behind these. So the stem's gonna come down, it's gonna disappear behind that flower, and then it's gonna reappear coming out from behind it. And then maybe that has some leaves coming off of it as well. So now we have our flowers, but we're gonna go into this and we're gonna add even more detail.